Hello everyone, it's Darkseeker here again, bringing you another Arena Highlights video. Now, in this first little clip, we're going to be looking at Cairne, who is a legendary minion that I had the privilege of drafting in this particular arena run. Now, I'm playing as a warrior here, and warrior is always one of the more, how can I put this politely, one of the more challenging classes to play in arena. It seems to lack some of the I'm not going to call it luck, some of the ability, some of the power that other classes seem to have, and here's why. The warrior hero power is basically useless in most arena games. In Constructed, it's absolutely brilliant because you hero power, play Justicar, hero power for 4 armor out of range of enemy burst. You have cards that can increase your armor in Constructed, and you can do things with that armor. You can shield slam, for example. In Arena, the chances of drawing those armor increasing cards and the chances of drawing armor utility cards are not terribly high. And so the armoring up, therefore, doesn't mean a huge amount, because in the long run, your enemy will simply just power through your armor, hitting you in the face, and will beat you. So unlike, let's say, mages, unlike rogues, druids, classes that have hero powers that can impact the board state, because in Arena it's all about board control and owning that board and then doing damage. So those classes that I've just mentioned can impact the board state. Class like Priest can heal its minions on the board, keeping them alive, therefore controlling the board. Paladin can spawn 1/1s on the board, hence allowing it to control the board. The warrior's hero power does not allow it to control the board. It just simply prolongs the game a little bit more. But looking at the card that's just popped into my hand there, it's a fiery war axe. Now, the weapons. This is the warrior's way of winning in Arena. You draft those weapons, you clear the board, then you control the board. So forget the hero power, it's all about the weapons. And if you draft weapons in Warrior Arena, you have a good chance of going 12 wins. And then they play cards like the Ancient Shade there, who has just put a curse into his deck. That's interesting. The weapon is not going to kill it. I'd have to use the Death Spite, unfortunately, but I don't want to waste my weapon charge there. So I'm simply going to consider the Chillwind Yeti, and if he wants a trade, he can have a trade. Absolutely fine. Maybe the correct play there would have been to have equipped the Death Spite, but he could fireball the Yeti, actually. So maybe I don't want to. Maybe I shouldn't have risked taking 7 damage to the face twice, which is what could potentially end up happening here. If he does fireball the Yeti. Right, he's going to ignore the Yeti here. He's targeting my face. This is interesting here. It's quite interesting. So yeah, Warrior Arena, giving this a little try. I did go 12 wins with Warrior a little while back. It was actually a patron warrior with Warsong Commander. That's one of my more popular videos on my YouTube channel. So if you haven't checked that out, do check it out. It did go 12 wins and it was an incredible amount of fun. Then of course they nerfed the Warsong Commander. So anyway. See, now we can actually kill that 7 attack minion, that Shade. We can actually kill it. The problem is we're now down to 14 health, including armor. We're in a bit of trouble here. So I do have the Sea Giant though, which will be a nice recovery mechanic for essentially controlling the board and hitting his face. This mage though, very aggressive, armored warhorse. Thankfully not winning the joust. And there he is, there's Cairne. So, Cairne Bloodhoof. Am I pronouncing that right? Cairne? Anyway, so Cairne there, 4/5 legendary, great value in arena because when he dies, he summons another 4/5. That's great value, and of course the 4/5 is good stats. Shadow Word Pain, Shadow Word Death from Priest can't kill it. Cabal Shadow Priest can't steal it unless there's a Shrink Mitre, of course. The stats are really good, and of course being a 4/5, Death Spite on the initial go doesn't kill it either, so yeah, it's really good. And Youthful Brewmaster there, getting me values. I've just returned Cairne to my hand. That's brilliant. So I got a trade, put him back to hand, we'll play him again, we'll get more value out of him. So one of the reasons that I chose to highlight this game, Youthful Brewmaster there, fantastic when comboing with your minions there. If you can get a useful minion back to hand that offers good utility, you're in luck. And I'd say an injured minion that you can take back to hand and put back on the board is great. It really is. Okay. Murloc synergy there on the board, or lack of Murloc synergy. He values killing the armor smith. This is turning out like a constructed game now. I know I said earlier it's very hard in arena to replicate constructed with warrior, but I'm actually doing it here because that armor smith is doing work. And to the face we go. Okay, and the armor smith getting in that impressive 1 damage there, which clearly could have been a lot. Actually, every bit of damage means a lot in the grand scheme of things. I have a sea giant going face for 8 and an armorsmith going face for 1. Hey. And there's Malygos. Flame cannon for 9 is overkill on the shredder. He was hoping to hit the sea giant. What a shame. What a shame. Right, Malygos. Interesting. We don't have lethal, do we? 5, 13, 14, 15, 16, 20. We do have lethal. We didn't even need to play Cairne again. Well played. So, Malygos. Wow. He actually drafted Malygos of all the dragons. Interesting. I would have been curious to see what other choices he had there. Okay, next arena game here, another highlight for you. We're playing a priest here who plays Double Holy Champion. Just an interesting game here because, you know, Double Holy Champion, you'd sort of look at that and think, oh gosh, you know, that's pretty scary, right? Holy Champion as a card in itself, even in Constructed, I think, is a really good card because it's got a reasonable health total and it can get out of control very, very quickly. So we're switching over here to Mage Arena now.
You asked for it.
And, okay, so not a bad opening hand if you discount the 5-drop. You know, Fairy Dragon Haunted Creeper's pretty decent. If we discard the Pit Fighter, maybe we'll get a 3-drop, something, or even a 1-drop. Oh, there's the 1-drop. So, it's all about the curve in Arena. It's a shame we don't have a spell with which we can combo this with. You know, coin would be nice, perhaps. So that's a shame. But we're getting something out on the board. He has the coin. We'll see what he brings out. Now, we're going up against a priest. And priests, as I mentioned earlier, they heal the board. They heal their minions, trade their minions in, heal them up again, trade them in, heal them up, trade them in, heal them up, then go face to finish you off. So, let's see. Silent Knight will contest the Fairy Dragon. My Mana Worm survives though, which is pretty good. Because I've got a Fireball in hand. So if he plays something big, we can Fireball it and buff the Mana Worm. Oh, he plays a 3-drop. Interesting. Ooh, Echo of Medivh. I could play the Echo, get 2 minions back to hand, and kill the 2-drop. Interesting. Or I could just Fireball the 3-drop and trade into into the Silent Knight. Okay, so let's just recap. I can Echo, use the Mana Worm to kill the 2-attack Silent Knight, Yeah, or I could have fireballed there. No. That was fine. Echo of Medivh, pretty good there, because he'll trade. Okay, he's going to heal. I was hoping he just would have played something rather than healing. Okay, he does play something too. Okay, fine. I was just hoping then, sure, that the... I was hoping that the spider could have contested the Earthen Ring. That's fine. Okay, so Mana Worm there, buffing up again, contesting the 1-2. Sludge Belcher, pretty annoying. He's playing minions now that are quite high quality. I've got a high quality minion in my hand. I've got a Conjurer. Unfortunately, the Conjurer only has 3 health, and even though it gives me a spell, it is taken down very quickly. So I think the only option here is just to do my absolute best to clear the board as best as we can. Throwing in the 1/1s is good here, because we don't want him to heal the Belcher, and you do want to play around Holy Nova. So, yeah, this does play around Holy Nova. Yes, the Mana Worm dies, but the Creeper does spawn some 1/1s. So, yeah, could be worse, right?
To Northrend!
Right, to Northrend. That's not great.
You want it? I got it.
Oh, Polymorph. Pretty good. All this duplicate. Polymorph, double Polymorph there is pretty decent. Okay, still playing around Holy Nova because now the 6-3 survives. So if he does Holy Nova, then that's his whole turn. It's a bit of a waste, really.
I'll put it on your head.
Okay, Tempo Brewmaster. Oh, another annoying Tron. Okay, sure. It's a shame. If this was turn 9, I could ping and Flame Strike. However, it's turn 8. I could trade a Spider in and Flame Strike, but I'm actually thinking here, no, I'm just going to save my Flame Strike, and I'm going to use a Polymorph. I think that's fine. Valuing the 6 to the face there, Polymorph is fine. Keep the Flame Strike, because, you know, let's see what else he plays. Let's get some more value out of that Flame Strike.
Behold the might of Stormwind!
Right, he saw one Polymorph, and now he's thinking, I don't have another one. So he's happy to sacrifice his Stormwind Champ. No, I have 2 Polymorphs. Okay. A bit scared of Cabal Shadow Priest here, but what are the chances that that card gets drafted in Arena, honestly? I think we're okay. So, a 6-3, which, you know, is smacking face for 6 every turn. That's not bad.
How many fingers do you see?
Right, how many fingers do you see? There's the Holy Champion. Now, we're just gonna Flame Strike. His deck running incredibly high quality minions, right? Sludge Belcher, double Holy Champion. I mean, that's insane. But we were able to take it out in one go. I mean, it's a good thing we saved that Flame Strike. Again, otherwise, this could have got very messy. He thought stole a fireball. Hilarious. Okay, and he plays the Tempo Shattered Sun. Absolutely fine, because we've got a Blast Mage. Oh. Fine. I have lethal, do I? 5? No? No, I don't. There's 1 off lethal. Sure. Okay. And now he'll have to heal every turn, but I have 5 attack on board with the Blast Mage, and it's over. So, yep, there we go. Dealing with the double Holy Champion there, Flame Strike to the rescue. If we didn't have the Flame Strike, I am curious how would that have turned out. But yep, that took us to 8 wins on that particular run. This next game, Ghoul value. Now you'll see what I mean. You'll see what I mean. But this deck runs the flesh-eating Ghoul. It's a Paladin Arena game, and yeah, sometimes the flesh-eating Ghoul can get out of control, and it can get ignored. And if it's not stopped, well, you can lose the game. So let's see how this pans out.
Jaina!
You asked for it.
I will fight with honor.
Bit of a slow opening hand there. Murloc Knight is a really good card. I'm sort of tempted to keep it, but we want the 2-drops, right? Not that 2-drop. Well, yeah, it's a useful 2-drop, but in combo with something else. So, it looks like we're not going to be doing anything for a couple of turns. Unless we want to end up playing a tempo Argent Protector. But, yep, on the next turn, it looks like we're just going to end up hero powering. I love my opponent's name there. I steal Wi-Fi? Okay. He'll just hero power here, right? Yep. Standard response. Get rid of the minion on the board. Well, just going to hero power again then. Right. And I presume he's just going to ping again. This isn't too bad actually, because he's not playing stuff. Yeah, he's just pinging. He's not playing anything. Oh, okay, he plays something now. That's fine, because I can play the Mech Warper here and the hero power. I could... I could have played Blessing and Wisdom on the 1-2 to stop it attacking. I was conscious of playing the Taunt, but conscious of Fireball. Or Frostbolt trade with 3-2. Okay. Sure. So here we can just play our taunt now, right? And we can use the Blessing of Wisdom. So we're gonna stop an attack. What we're preventing here is Frostbolt, trade, and ping. That's what we're preventing. But he may still do it, right? Even at the cost of drawing me a card. That's really good. That's a super duper slow turn for him. And he's not going to attack, right? No, he's not. He does not want to draw me a card. And there is the Flesh-Eating Ghoul. Now, we've got some interesting options here. We can play the Ghoul because we know our taunt is going to die, right? We can use the Argent Protector, but the question is who to protect.
Not on my watch.
If we protect the taunt, he's going to either have to ping it, or trade more into it. As it stands, he can't kill the taunt unless he has a fireball. That's helpful to him, actually. That's really helpful. But he's going to empower my Ghoul if he trades the Creeper in. In fact, whatever he does here, my Ghoul is going to grow. And grow. And he doesn't attack. Interesting. He's just given me a license to consecrate. Wow. And look at the Ghoul value. And he concedes. Of course. Sure. That's interesting. Right, so that was a little bit of Paladin Arena. Heading into another game here. The Jewel Scarab. Now, this is an interesting card. On its own, it doesn't really do much. But with what it summons, of course, that can be a game changer. And that's what this game is all about. We're on this 8-win Paladin Arena, and well, 8 wins so far. And heading into this next game...
Uther versus Jaina.
Heading into this next game,
You asked for it.
and...
I will fight with honor.
yeah, the Scarab is going to be very interesting. I put it down to being a game-winning card in this particular game. And I think on that basis, if you do get offered it, and there it is, if you do get offered it in the draft, I think it's almost an instant pick. Almost. Depending obviously on what else you're being offered, but it's really good, basically, is what I'm trying to say. It's really, really good. And we just played the Scarab, and notice what it gave us. It gave us Sword of Justice. Sword of Justice there. So much value in that card. card. Ridiculous amount of value. The only problem with the Sword of Justice is when you've got another weapon that you're desperate to play, and you can't play that other weapon. Okay, Mech Warper is really threatening because it will enable mechs, and it's not uncommon for, you know, your opponent to draft mech-heavy decks in Arena. It happens, right? Okay, obviously he hasn't, but yeah, Mech Warper is really threatening. So we're resetting the board state there. He traded. I'm happy with that. That could have gone really badly, you know, with 3 mana to play with. He could have snow chuggered. Annoyatron, you know, he could have gone badly. He could have played Piloted Shredder. There's all sorts of shenanigans there that could have gone on. So, yeah, getting rid of the Mech Warper, really good. He didn't play lots of mechs, really good. Now, we've just equipped the Sword of Justice. Slow turn for us in that regard. But I had nothing else to do apart from muster for battle.
I'll be a real knight.
So he's also got a slow turn. So this is going to be a long game, and it's going to be a slow game, potentially. Right, the 2/6 becomes a 3/7. It's simple math. Super annoying minion for him to deal with. He'd have to fireball and trade. Really, really annoying minion now to deal with. The 7 health, because of the Sword of Justice, puts it out of range of dying to 1 fireball. Flame Cannon, though, is good for him, so he can ping and trade. Oh, he's actually using 2 spells to kill that because he values the 2/2. That, ladies and gentlemen, is the value of Sword of Justice. Okay, he had to use 2 spells on that thing. And look, I was hovering over muster there. I really want to use muster here, but no, I'm not. I think just playing the 5-drop could be the way forward. I mean, with muster, the recruits would get buffed, right? The recruits would get buffed by the Sword of Justice before the sword is negated. But no, I want to get my big minions out, and I want them to get the value from the Sword of Justice before I play muster for battle. Okay, Frost Elemental there, super good for him. It's often a game-winning card because you can stop lethal from your opponent, do some damage, and then have lethal yourself next turn. It's really good, really, really good card. So I've got my own Frost Ellie there, and I've freezed his 5/5. Of course, neither of us is anywhere near lethal here with damage. But yeah, Frost Elemental, just generally a good delaying tactic. But of course, my Frost Elemental is bigger than his one. Madder Bomber. Just killed his minion. And that's why you never trust that card. And that's why I prefer never to draft that card, because it's ridiculous. Okay, so many options here. We'll just trade. We'll make him follow the rules. And we'll taunt up, right? What we're doing here is we are putting ourselves out of Flame Strike range. And we're not going to trade. 6 to the face is too good to pass up. It's turn 8. He cannot Flame Strike and ping. He can Flame Strike and try and trade. That will not clear my entire board. 2 minions will still survive. Water Elemental is good for him. Pyromancer has synergy with spells, so you want to consider removing that Pyromancer. It could do a lot of work for him, potentially. However, we just got a Murloc Knight. Now, sorry, excuse me. Now, Consecration here does do some work, right?
I wonder.
It will remove the Pyromancer quite easily. It will allow me to trade into the Water Elemental. But if I Consecrate, I can't play the Murloc Knight. Because Murloc Knight you play it and you hero power. It's essentially a turn 6 card, right?
I wonder.
Or a 6 cost card, in essence. So, a bit of thinking needed here. I mean, I could kill the Water Ellie, kill the 1/4, put the Blessing of Wisdom on the 3/6. But no, Consecration seems fine here, actually, because it's going to allow, you know, a relatively efficient trade. I'm just going to ignore the 1/2. We're going to put the Blessing of Wisdom on that. Because if he did Flame Strike, he'd have to Flame Strike, ping, and trade the 1/2 into the full 6. And if he's going to do that, at least I want to draw a card, right? I want to draw something from him doing that. So, Blessing of Wisdom there. Wow. Antonidas. So yeah, sorry, Blessing of Wisdom there, really good. It's just going to stop that minion from attacking. Maybe I should have saved it for Antonidas, but no, we're going to remove Antonidas, right? If we don't have lethal on our next turn, and I think we are. Yeah, we are. You wouldn't want Antonidas to stick around. No, you'd want to remove it. Okay, thank you very much for joining me, everyone. Do check out my YouTube channel. There are some other videos on there focusing on constructed runs as well as arena runs. But until next time, do take care, and yeah, I'll see you all again very soon for part 5.